college, and people that I may not have even known really. They were good people and all that, but maybe it's a guy and a couple of girls, and they're like knocking at my window and wanting to know, hey, is this where the party's at? You know, is this where, you know, we heard this is a cool place to hang out. You know, that kind of thing. So that was it was it was a little bit, what I'm trying to say was a little bit too much. So I think that you'll find that if you practice these type of exercises, there's a lot more to it than what you could imagine. And maybe that will depend on your own circumstances, or your own subconscious mind, or your own maybe even belief structure, or maybe what you're consciously or unconsciously trying to attract in. That's why I love reverse speech analysis by David John Oates, or reverse speech, even the meta walk therapy is awesome, because these types of technologies address the subconscious or superconscious mind. They not only can tell what's there, but the idea is that they can rewire, if you will, or reprogram, if you will, what is there also. So, back to the attraction of using this type of radiant energy and drawing it in and filling your Zohar, if you will, or your solar plexus, your inner sun, and radiating it out and just becoming a sun and filling the room. It's very interesting. But I will leave another note, that I believe that it is important to be either instructed or educated or a little bit skilled, maybe not a little bit, maybe a lot, in the art of protection. Because if you're new, or if you're going maybe in the wrong way, if you have not the type of purity that you should have in doing such exercises, it could be that you find yourself lighting up, if you will, on the astral plane. And you could find a type of entities, if you will, that may not be in your best interest. So I don't want to bring any type of fear or anything like that in. That's not my intention at all. But for some types of folks that have ill intent or have an attraction to the dark side of things and so on, this who knows, this could be an issue. And it's a side note that for some of you, that's something that you might want to study more about in terms of psychic self-defense, or simply making sure that you're well grounded and that you're pure in thought and mind and heart when you do such experiments or these kind of exercises. So for what it's worth, that's just another experience. There's a lot more. It's always fun to you're sitting in a car and coming back from Colorado, where you're with your partner and you're high in the mountains above an incredible waterfall, where half the mountain is still green in spring, and you're actually above a few clouds. And below is the mist rising up from the water that is falling and hitting and crashing upon the rocks. And you're sitting there face to face in a cross-legged position, and you're actually holding hands, and you're moving balls of light. You're circulating a ball of energy that not only that you can see and that you know that you're moving, but that your partner confirms that is moving through her or through them. So one last thing. At that time, I was consistent daily in the practice of these types of energy exercises. And my partner, I did an experiment. I drew in the universal solvent. And maybe I had a little different idea in mind. Maybe I didn't. Maybe it was just her reaction. But I asked her what she felt, because she quivered. She suddenly felt and quivered. She shivered. She felt it. Because I actually drew it in from cosmos, from creation. And she was sitting next to me in the car. Not right next to me, but like I was in one seat, she was in another seat next to me. And she described the feeling as orgasmic. Now, that was interesting because maybe 3 years prior to that on the internet, I had read in some internet forum or some internet exchange group somewhere, news group or something, that someone said that that was possible with these exercises. And at that time I thought, you've got to be kidding me, that you could give a girl an orgasm without even touching her with the exercises like the circulation of the ball of light. And so, or the circulation of light. For what it's worth, like I said, about 3 years later, it happened to me. That wasn't necessarily my intention, but it was a nice, interesting side effect to see in someone else. So I'm trying to think that also there are some other, who knows? I mean, some people.